What is up, y'all? What's up? What is up, y'all? Happy, blessed Monday, y'all. Can you believe it? We are literally 2 more days and we will be at the tail end of the month of August. My God, how my God, how time has passed. It just seems like we've just entered into, hey, Miss Ball. Honestly, it just seems like we literally just entered into the month of August, let alone it feels like we just entered into this year in itself. I pray that you guys are doing well on this morning. I have a few minutes and I wanted to just release this word because this was something that as I sought God, I knew that this was a topic that he wanted me to talk about. And so our declaration is don't get lazy. I'm going to say it again. Our declaration is don't get lazy. I'm going to say it one more time. Our declaration is don't get lazy. A lot of times, we have the greatest urge not just to quit, but the greatest urge not to pursue God as hard, not to pursue whatever it is as hard, right before, moments of breakthrough, right before God comes through. And so as I was seeking God this morning, I just kept hearing him say, tell my people not to get lazy. Not to get lazy about their prayer life, not to get lazy about, the things that he has you pursuing in this hour, not to get lazy. Because here's the thing, laziness always at some point produces stagnation. I'm going to say it again. Laziness at some point always produces stagnation, meaning it can halt whatever type of progress you are making. I'm going to say it again. It can halt however much progress. And a lot of times when we start getting lazy, a lot of it revolves around weariness, getting tired, of pressing, feeling as if you need a break. But I'm telling y'all, this is not the hour for any of us to become lazy in the things that God has us doing. Lazy even in our pursuit of God, our prayer life, our devotion life, the worship life. It is not the hour to get lazy. And for many people, what you're going to see is that as you give things one last push, that things are come on, the blessing is going to come, the miracle is going to come. I'm going to say that again. As you give things one last push, right? Because for many of us, we are literally at that home stretch. We're right at the point where things are about to shift. We're right at the point. Hey, Miss Allen, so good to see you. We are right at the point where breakthrough is about to happen. We're right at the point where everything that God has had us doing previously, where it is literally about to pay off. I just came here this morning to tell you, don't get lazy about it. If you know that you've been in a season where God has had you looking for employment, don't get lazy about it, right? A lot of times we start to get lazy because we feel like, God, my efforts haven't produced anything, yet, or it hasn't produced anything substantial enough to encourage me to keep going. But in this hour, God is saying, don't get lazy about what it may be. It's living arrangements. Don't get lazy about your pursuit of that. Maybe it's business. Maybe God is giving you a strategy and you just may say, Apostle, I just feel so tired because in the past it didn't produce results. The Lord is saying on this morning that one last push is what's going to bring you through to the other side. That one last push. Come on, can I just get somebody to type that in? One last push. That one last push is going to release the breakthrough. It's gonna open whatever that door is that you've been asking God to open. And even now, as I'm saying that, God is, reminding me of like a pregnant woman. Pregnant women, when they have like a regular childbirth, they push the baby out. Some of y'all have kids, so y'all know they push the baby out. They push the baby out, and so it's a painful experience. I've never been through it. Don't plan to. But from what I hear, it's one of the most painful experiences, right, that a woman has, especially if they do it naturally. It is a very painful thing. And so the doctor understands, right, when they're delivering this baby, that it is painful. And so the doctor serves as the coach, instructing the mother on when to push, right? And it gets to a point where the mother has pushed so much, right? She's pushed so much. And the doctor will say, one last push and we done. One last push and we're done. And I believe that that's what God is saying for many of us. He knows that the old seasons, right, have really, taken a toll. Y'all. Sorry, y'all. But God knows that, for many of us, the storms, the trials, the tribulations that many of us have gone through, not only did it zap your energy, but it took a little bit of your faith. It took a lot of your faith. It took a lot. Come on, almost all of your hope. And so he knows that for many of us, we're in that place where it's like, God, I just need a break. Some of y'all have literally told God that, like, God, I just need a break. I just need to rest, right? I just need to take a break from this, because you feel as though nothing is happening, and I've been going, fighting for so long that many of us have grown exhausted, right? Many of us have just grown to the point where we are exhausted, where it almost feels like each day that you get up is kind of like, God, it feels like I have less and less energy every single day. It feels like I am still just literally holding on by the hem of your garment. Hey, Natasha. And what God is simply saying on this morning is, one last push, give it all that you got. One last push, give it all that you got. And again, he wants me to reiterate, this is not the hour for any of us to start being lazy about the things that God has been requiring of us, about, even some of the things that we are believing God for. It can revolve around business, ministry. It can, and honestly, some of y'all have made excuses long enough. You've already been in that place where you know that you have not done half of what you know that you could have done, because you've just been lazy about it. You've just kind of just wanted to put it off, right? But God is simply saying, don't get lazy about it. Don't get lazy about the pursuit. He knows that many people are tired. He knows that many people feel like you just need a straight up break. He knows that some of y'all feel like, you could quit at any moment, like you could throw in the towel at any moment. But if I can just be honest, it was oftentimes for me those moments right when I felt that way, like I'm tired, I'm about to give up, right? But instead of giving up, I kept going. It was at those moments where I really saw God do the things that I was believing for him to do in those other seasons of my life. And I believe, that this is so relevant for so many of y'all. Don't get lazy about how you've sought God, you've talked to God, you've asked God questions about how to pursue that thing right in the past. Don't stop doing that now, right? Don't start putting off the things that you know that you can do. Don't get lazy about it. Don't get lazy about pursuing that apartment. Don't get lazy. All right. Don't get lazy about that. Don't get lazy about organization, business. Don't get lazy about searching for that job. Don't get lazy about going car hunting. Don't get lazy about it, right? The Lord is saying, keep knocking, because the door is about to open. I need somebody to type that in. The door is about to open. Keep knocking on it. The door is about to open. And I want you guys to think about it from this perspective. What if the children of Israel would have just said on the sixth time of circling around the city of Jericho, God, we tired. Every single time we've marched around this city, we've lost more and more strength every single time. We are tired. Come on. What if they would have just took their little old sweet old time? What if they would have said, you know what, God, we gonna rest. We ain't doing nothing. We don't want to walk around it again, even though it's only one more time. What if they would have stopped? That story, we never would have read about it in the Bible, right? We never would have had this analogy to draw off of. And so God is just simply saying on this morning, don't get lazy. One last push. Come on. One last push. One last push. If you find yourself making, wanting to make excuses, wanting to just kind of just take a chill pill in this hour, I need you to do the exact opposite of how you feel. I pray that I'm making sense. I need you to do the exact opposite about how you feel. Some of y'all have sat you sat wallowing in what your circumstances have been so far. Come on, that is hindering your ability to see that breakthrough, the miracle is right there. It's right there. And so this morning, as you go throughout this day, just remember, don't be lazy. God told me that this morning. And it wasn't about like working out. It was just about, the videos on TikTok. Because sometimes I be feeling like, God, I'm tired. I'm worn out. And God had to tell me, listen, you can't afford to be lazy. I know that you're tired. I know you feel like you just want a break. But you can't afford to be lazy at this juncture. And so that is it, y'all. That is the word. Do not get lazy. There are some of y'all where God has told you to do certain things. He has put it in your heart to move in certain ways, and you have not done it. You have not done it, but have the audacity to say, God, I'm waiting on a miracle. God, I'm waiting for the breakthrough. I'm waiting for the yes. How will you get it if you stop pursuing? I'm going to say it again. How will you get it if you stop pursuing? How will you see God answer that prayer if you stop pursuing? And that's it. That's the word. That is the word. And so listen, y'all, I love y'all. I am rooting for y'all. And so at 9:30, I want to encourage you guys to join me on TikTok. We're going to be going live. Don't get lazy, y'all. To those of you guys that feel led to sow seed into this word, there are several of you guys that legitimately need to sow into this word. It doesn't matter if you sow in $1, if you sow in 10, if you sow in 20, if you sow in 100, you sow what God tells you to sow. But the seed title is Don't Get Lazy. Do not get lazy. You are at the tail end of getting what God has for you. And so listen, I love y'all. I am rooting for you. And so until next time, y'all.